May God bless you all. So if you have any questions, you ask me now.
Well, there was one gentleman asked me a question. He's got a son at home who's mentally disturbed, and he was asking how he can deal with that because he won't come. I suggested that first he and his wife should get it, and this gentleman here in the suit.
Oh,
And first
what's the problem exactly? What is it called?
Well, schizophrenia. He was very, very religious once upon a time.
Where did he go? To what place?
What religious cult or what religious group?
Well, he belongs to the Catholic religion as I am.
What is that?
Of course, he really...
Catholic, Mother. He himself is a Catholic, and he's a great believer in Christ, but his son became...
Just a moment.
Huh.
He had a love affair which did not go right.
With her?
I'm not interrupting, I'm just passing it on. She doesn't hear you too clearly. He had a love affair and it didn't go right.
What is his age?
Pardon?
What is his age?
Age?
4 now.
Now, I don't want to criticize Catholicism, you see, because as you are a believer of Christ is all right. But there are certain practices they have taken to are quite injurious to human beings.
But the thing is that he is split up emotionally.
That can happen to any Catholic. Why? The reason I'll tell you. Please be seated. If you listen to me patiently, I'll tell you there are two things which they do very wrong. One is to build churches and then put all the dead bodies in it. It's absolutely absurd, you see, to have a graveyard in the church. Absolutely. That is so dangerous. Now, I've had many Catholic people coming to me, and they had very big problems with two centers. One is this back center, and another is left, this one. This is due, of course, left Swadhisthana is there because it is unauthorized. They are not realized souls, and they cannot preach about God. They have no authority to preach about God or baptize anyone. They have no human being has authority to touch this precious place without being baptized. They themselves should be really baptized. Actualization of baptism is needed. You think about it logically. Anybody can become a priest, you see, and you cannot elect them. It has to come from God, isn't it? So that's what it is wrong there. One thing, and another thing they are always caught up on the left Vishuddhi is here. When they do this confession business, you see, who are these priests to confess to? Actually, I have seen the priests also go mad. So many priests have come to me because people have confessed to them, and in that confession, the priests have gone off their heads because they couldn't bear it anymore, you see. The kind of confessions people did that I have murdered someone, I've done this and that. And they couldn't, you see, their conscience couldn't keep it within themselves. So one has to face it clearly. Anybody can get mad like that. I have known people who really got very mad. And that's why one has to understand that you all get your realization first of all.
Yeah, but Mother, I have noticed that when I pray, it has an influence and he really calms down.
He will. Of course, I agree.
A lot of good. He hasn't been cured, but it changes him.
It must be because if you pray to Christ, He can definitely help you, but not through your church. What I am saying must be...
No, not to the church. I am not a believer in my
All
church.
right.
I am a believer in Christ.
That's all right. Then it's all right. Now, but what I'm saying, that to get complete connection with God or with Christ, you have to be born again, isn't it? So you must get your realization.
Yeah.
And if you get your realization, you can help your son immensely, I tell you. All right? So you all get your realization. That's the best way. All parents who are interested in their children, or children who are interested in their parents, must get their realization.
I want to tell you, Mother, that since she became sick 4 years ago, I have turned to Christ more than ever, and I have found very great comfort. And I have found all the answers. That's why I want to help you.
Yes, but one thing must
I know
be...
that this life is a lie. The life we are living is a lie. I know that.
So you must get your realization and understand Christ in a better way, in a fuller way, in a real way, how He helps you. Otherwise you cannot understand it. Superficially, how far can you go? He's been kind to you, but now you have to be more realistic about it. All right?
Yeah, that's why I want the help of you.
All right. No, don't bring your son. We can work it out. Have you got a photograph of his?
I can bring the photograph.
All right. You send me the photograph. All right? I can work.
I send you the